The culmination of a season's work all comes down to today for both of these teams. They know what's at stake, a play-in into the playoffs in the 2019 Tennessee Community College Athletic Association tournament. This wild card game between the Southwest Tennessee Salquis and the Volunteer State Pioneers. Good afternoon, everybody. Spencer Thompson and Austin Ray proud to bring you every bit of this tournament live from Columbia State's Dave Hall Field in what's set to be a fantastic tournament for community college in Tennessee. Now, both teams on a losing streak. Both teams had some pretty tough losses in their final games of the regular season last week. Both of them looking to bump back, and they both know what's at stake here of a play-in to get into the tournament and face off against Walter State later on. And there's a lot of good things to look at in these games, Austin, but especially one of the big things for Southwest Tennessee is their starting pitcher today, Will Nash, only an ERA of 3.99. He's looking to be a potential shutout for the Pioneers.
That's correct. There, Will Nash, he's been doing great. He's got 51 strikeouts. He's only walked 32 players. He's only given up one home run during that time. It's going to be a difficult challenge for him tonight because he's facing one of Vol State's very competitive batters, Lofton Cotton, which he has even though he has a 290 average, he knows how to steal the base well. 13 stolen bases and only got caught stealing once. 14 RBIs with no home runs yet, but 2 triples and 9 doubles. And that's tied. That's for him is tied first for doubles next to Zeke the Comite. I'm sorry, excuse me, I don't know how to pronounce that, but he is tied for doubles for him, with him. And really, they're just going to have a competitive night batting-wise. For a total, Vol State, they already have 21 home runs, and they're looking to keep progressing on knowing what's online. They're going to try and get as much as they can done. But I know for a fact that it's going to be a great night tonight, especially for Southwest pitching. They're going to have a dominant pitcher out there, and they're really going to be able to try to strike them out and make the game worthwhile.
And Volunteer State, just both teams not having very good national stats, at least from what we've been looking at. And the big thing, especially with you looking at batter Lofton Cotton, who has 13 stolen bases, leading the team by 4 stolen bases throughout the season. So he's going to be a huge thing. But what's the key for the Pioneers to continue on and to get against Walter State tomorrow?
Really for the Pioneers, that they're going to have to progressively limit their errors. They're going to have to hit the ball well and really communicate with each other. I mean, communication is a big key to this game. Really, it's going to be communicated with not only their own teammates, but also with the coaches of what they think that could be working well with the game that goes on, how fast they can improve, and with such little time that they have right now, that they're going to be able to make improvements. They're going to be able to hit the ball really well tonight. This is what they've been training for, is for this tournament right here. Really, at this point, the stats don't matter. The wins and losses, those don't matter as much. It's just right here, right now for them, and they're really going to try and progress on what they can do to improve, to really make it to where that they can do their best. They're going to pitch well, they're going to hit well, and they're going to know at the end of the day that they've done all they could do. And they know that they can at least walk home happy knowing that they did their best.
2-hour delay for this wild card and 2 games today, but although there is a delay, the intensity is in the air. The Tennessee Community College Athletic Association tournament for baseball starts in just a few moments.
rendition with the singing of the national anthem by Stacey Hayes. Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, who brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we won were so gallantly shielded. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Leave it to Stacey Hayes for a fantastic rendition of the national anthem. Her daughter plays softball here at Columbia State. Does national anthems for the Tennessee Titans as well. First pitch coming up between the Salquis and the Pirates. So Jared Kirkman leading off for the Salquis, a 308 average. He leads the team in steals with 17. So that high batting average, of course, high on base percentage, and right off of the bat, a good start for a base hit for the Salquis. Kirkman with an awesome cracker.
Batting number 6, the second base.
So already a man on base immediately. So the immediate first pitch being a strike. Corey Wilson, the starting pitcher for the Pioneers, a 3.08 ERA. And attempted steal, he is out. Couldn't get to the base in time. It's 1-1 count. The attempted steal there, if he had just had a little bit more speed, he could have gotten in.
Really, and that was also a great tag by the shortstop right there. Get his body in front of the ball and really put the tag on it with those quick hands that he has.
Cole Howard on the plate now, trying to get something going. Fouls out. He's got a 202 average with a 330 on base percentage. He's been struck out 18 times out of his 89 at bats. Trying to get something going with one out. Even count. Wilson, foul ball. Hit to center field. It's a base hit for Howard. And here's the replay on that one. Strike first for Chris Swanberg. Been struck out 27 times, 408 on base. Got a foul out to left field. Lead off on first, the 1-2 count. Swing and struck him out.
Next batting number 2, the left fielder, Barone Porter.
Barone Porter leading the team going into the tournament with the most at-bats at 155. He fouls out there.
59 times he's been struck out with a 245 average. He's the second leader on the team in stolen bases with 15. He's facing an 0-2. Oh and 2, just outside. Hit deep left field. The left fielder manages to catch it after tripping and heading to the bottom of the first. We got a few guys on base, but nothing this inning for the Salquis.
One left on base. The catcher, Zeke McCount.
Zeke LeCount, the leadoff for the Pioneers. He's their catcher. Most at-bats, 331 average. Been struck out 22 times and gets a strike on his first at-bat of the playoffs. Of course, he does have a 428 slugging percentage. With a 369 on base, he's managed to steal 9 bases. Gets one right up first baseline and out.
Next batting, number 16, the right fielder, Jordan Jackson.
Jordan Jackson up next, 284. 16 RBIs thus far. Faces off against Will Nash of the Salquis. 3.99 ERA with 51 strikeouts. Walked 32 people going into the playoffs. Even count at 1-1. Swing and fouls out. Even count at 2-2. Swing and grounder, caught by at third base. Second out of the inning.
That was an amazing play right there by third base. Him putting his body on the line, getting up quick, and making a quick, accurate, hard throw. Get him out right there. It was really good. Short hopped him too. That makes it a lot harder.
Brilliant play at third base. Now the Pioneers facing an 0-2 count. Lofton Cotton with a .290 batting average strikes out. Not getting anything in the first inning for either team as we head to the second.
Leading off for the Salquis, number 5, the
So,
designated hitter,
hitter Darius Bomer up to bat, and that first inning, Austin, from what you see, there's a player. That's a very good defensive game for both of the pitchers.
It was very good defense, the way that they were locating their pitches, their different pitch sequence. It's all been working out for them, and you got to give it up for the infielders too, especially at third base for Southwest, making the diving play to get the out first, making the second out, and then you got to give it up for the pitcher on that last out. Perfect sequence of it.
Speaking of a sequence, here's a grounder between first and second, instant out there for Darius Bomer. And that's one out for the Salquis.
now batting number 25, the first baseman, Jackson Little.
Now Jackson Little with a .218 average. Gets a grounder up to third at base, but does he make it in time?
Yes, he did.
Looked like they ruled. It looked like there was an out there. Didn't make it in time. Didn't make it in time on that run.
Now batting number 1, the center fielder.
Those slow rollers are always the hardest ones to do right there. You gotta be able to quickly put it up, put it in your hand, then make it accurate throw. And it's hard to do while on the run and using your back foot like he did.
That's a huge hit to center field. Easy catch. Jared Folks trying to get something going there, swinging for the fences, but doesn't make it quite there. Heading to the bottom of the second. Down to the bottom of the second, the Pioneers back up.
The Pioneers, number 17, the left fielder, Lane Harris.
Lane Harris making his 70th appearance of the season, of course, versus the postseason. 290 average. His faces Will Nash. There's a hit to right field. It is foul.
With that big hit right there, even though it was foul, he's already had 2 home runs during the season and also 2 triples. So you already know this dude can do some major power with what he has, and definitely a 417 on base percentage and a 522 slugging percentage.
He's got the power behind him. Just needs the accuracy on this sequence. 1-1. Gets it to left field. That's a base hit. And they're going to send him in the double. Can he make it in time? He will. Make that double number 7 on the season for Lane Harris.
They're going to check the bag, see if he tagged it. And he
they
missed
rule
the
him out.
bag.
He missed the bag when he was running up. So make that out. It's one of those situations you wish I'd press the replay button on that, but that's an out. And just didn't get to the bag in time.
Now batting number 19, the first baseman, Chris Barnes.
Chris Barnes now up 265 average. He's been struck out 18 times on his 49th appearance. Two and one. Even count. field foul. Still 2-2.
Nash just needs to settle down over here. He's getting too ahead of himself. He got lucky on the first out, but now he's too overworked and he wants to make sure that he strikes this person out.
Barnes facing a full count. Swings. Right in between the shortstop and third baseman, gets to first.
Yeah, that was a good shot between the 5 and 6 hole right there. Good line drive hit, nothing too major, and got a good base hit out of it, which Fall State really needed.
There's now a runner on first for the Pioneers. They've got Maddox Vondelin up to the plate, 111 at bats, 216 average, and right field foul out. .450 slugging. He's got 3 home runs. Second lead of the team, just one behind Judd Sparks. One and one. That's hit to left field, caught. Tagged first, second out of the inning.
Good read by the left fielder. He knew to come up quick. It was hit good in the gap. He just had a better read on it, was able to really make a play out of it and stop the runner from going to second on the tag.
Judd Sparks, 208 average, 286 on base, and struck out, leads the team in strikeouts with 41 times on 106 at-bats. There's a catcher's error, advances to second. Sparks with a pop-up to outside the foul line and can't make the catch. That was Jackson Little trying to make the catch just around the hospitality section. Just a lucky break for it to be right up against the wall there.
He was trying to look for that wall. He couldn't find it, so he started getting a little more nervous, not knowing where it's at. He didn't want to keep his eye off the ball. So he just did the next best thing and just kind of lunged for it and ended up missing it barely. Hit off the glove.
It's an even count at 1-1. Swing for 1-2. Sparks leads the team on home runs with 4. Swing there and struck him out. That's going to end the inning. So no score yet through 2 as the Salquis come back up to bat.
Kendall Franklin.
Kendall Franklin up to start the third inning with 271 on his average. 386 on base. He's been struck out 36 times on, this will be appearance 108. Faces a strike one. So already for 2 innings, we've seen a very good pitching game. Aside from the one lucky break with runner not tagging the base in the top of the second.
You know, it's still good pitching performances by both teams. They give up right now. They've only given up a total of 3 hits combined. It's really been good and outstanding. They're putting their pitches where they want it to be, exactly just like that, striking them out with the great breaking ball right there. They're putting their pitches where they want it to be, and they're really trying to make it to where the hitters can't hit it, or if they do hit it, they want to make it an easy out for their defense to get the easy out, whether it's fly out or ground out, which is really progressing on today.
Addison Carmack. This will be appearance 64, but he's going to take a walk. That'll be walk number 7. So now a runner on first, and Kirkman with a 308 average, 379 on base.
Now batting number 4, the shortstop, Jared Kirkman.
So after the hit by pitch, there's a runner on first. Now Kirkman trying to get something going here. Two and 0. Kirkman leading the team going into this tournament with 308 batting average. He also leads the team in stolen bases. Faces a 2-1 count. Attempts a bunt for a foul out. Swing and struck him out, but safe on second.
That was a good pitch there by Corey Wilson. He hit his mark, got the perfect pitch that he wanted him to swing on. Breaking ball down low. Perfect opportunity to use it, and he did a great job. Catcher, his pot time was good. He just couldn't get a good release on that ball, which made him one hop to second baseman, made it to where he was able to steal base.
0-1 count already for Cole Howard with a 202 average. Been struck out 18 times on his 90th at-bat appearance. Though he has been walked almost as much as he's been struck out. 17 walks, 18 strikeouts. Faces an 0-1. One of his teammates on second. just above the strike zone, 2-2.
That's a good pitch placement. He was trying to see if he would chase it. And bad part about it is that if he did chase it, there's also a possibility where he can pop up or he can get a good hit off of it. Which, if he get a good hit off of that pitch, it's going to be trouble for them right then.
Stays at an even count with 2 outs in the top of the third. Gets a grounder to third base, stays in play. Runner on first and third now. So the statistician give it there a base hit for Howard. Runner on first and third. Potential chance for the Salquis to get their first run of the game. Now Swansburg up to the plate. Swansburg with a 408 on base percentage going into this game. About his 153rd at bat. But now faces an 0-2 when his team has a chance to get some runs. Oh and 2. Got a guy stealing, stolen second. Now runners on second and third. So make that stolen base number 3 on the season for Howard.
Smart decision by runner on first, even though it's 2 outs. They were probably going to put a little trick play on to where he would get caught, but he decided to go ahead and go for second because they have trust in this batter right here. They believe that if he gets a base hit, that both of them are going to score.
One and 2. Swanberg trying to give his teammates a chance to be the first ones to score in this wild card. Swings, caught immediately by the first baseman. Quick reaction there. Quick reaction there by Chris Barnes, and we head to the bottom of the third. The Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Baseball Tournament is sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, Lister Hill Credit Union, Hampton by Hilton, and Alpha Graphics. Spencer Thompson and Austin Ray bringing you every bit of the action here from Dave Hall Field in Columbia, Tennessee. Game 1 of the postseason and play-in game for the Pioneers and the Salquis. Both teams know that if they lose, they are officially done for their season, and the road ends here. They have a date, either of them have a date with Walter State Senators tomorrow. Both of them looking to continue to keep their postseason hopes alive. Of course, if they win tomorrow, they are guaranteed 2 more games, with it being a double elimination bracket for the conference. You can find all that information on columbiastate.edu. Bottom of the third.
Lead off for the Pioneers, number 15, the designated hitter, Will Dunlap.
So Dunlap gets a hit into the outfield. Gets on first. Make that hit number 23 on the season for Dunlap.
He did a great job of turning on that ball right there, squaring it up, just putting it over the second baseman's head to where he didn't even think about jumping. And he did a great job on attacking on that ball, especially on the very first pitch, and get their team on leadoff single.
Cole Flat on his 88th appearance. 256 and slugging 279. The interesting story, of course, about Cole Flat is that, with this foul out here for 1-1, the interesting story about Cole Flat is he was redshirted originally at Walter State, then came here to Columbia State for a little bit, and then he was technically a redshirt freshman, and then it transferred over here to the Pioneers. So he's been with 3 of the different community colleges in the conference. Of course, one of them he's just been on the bench supporting the team.
He probably knows this talent in Columbia. They have great talent already, so they're just going to try and fit him in. Walter State, I don't know much about them, but I do know that they probably have some great players going in, so they're wanting to play them. Plus, there's a lot of sophomores here, so that's going to be their final year. Could be possibly.
Flat gets a fouled bunt for an even count of 2-2.
And I'm pretty sure that if Vol State didn't even pick him up, he was probably even going to try Southwest. If not Jackson, he was going to try all the community colleges he can first, and he really wanted that playing time. And now here he is in the regional tournament right now, and he's getting his playing time.
Make that a full count. Full count, foul out to left. Three and two. Flat gets it to left field. Good reaction and out.
Now batting number 22, the catcher, Zeke LeCount.
So LeCount back up to the plate. Now going into this game, 331 average. Dunlap tags first, 428 slugging. So don't be surprised if we see LeCount potentially hit it out of the park in this game. Or at some point during the playoffs if the Pioneers continue their playoff hopes after today. 0-1. Swing to left field. That's a base hit. And LeCount gets himself and his teammate on first and second.
Right now, Vol State's finally getting their momentum going. They're finally starting to get a rhythm. That's their second base hit within this inning. With only one now, and they got a good hitter coming up right now. He's really just been outstanding with 3 home runs already, and with a total of 16 RBIs, he can easily do a good job right here and put all 3 runs on board right now.
Yeah, Jordan Jackson, 450 slugger, can possibly get the Pioneers on the board. Gets the signal from his coach, facing the 1-0 count. Swing to center field. It's going deep. And bounces. Getting runners sent back. And the Pioneers are going to be first on the board with 2 runs.
That was a great hit right there. He took it over the middle right there and went way center. Center fielder almost caught it over the shoulder right there. And once it hit the ground, it hit the warning track and popped up over his head. And it's hard to get the ball right after that because you don't know where it's going to go. And so he brought it in quick, but it just led up to having 2 runs on the board.
Now Jackson on second sent two of his teammates home. And now Cotton up to the plate with a 395 slugging average, 290 average. They face only one out in the bottom of the third. One. Swing and a miss. Even count. Grounder to third base. Get him out on first. Can they get him out on third? Not this time. So at least two outs here for the Pioneers, but a chance to get another point on the board if they get a base hit.
Now batting number 17, the left fielder, Lane Harris.
So now Lane Harris, 290 average. He's been struck out 16 times, walked 10 times. Excuse me, they intentionally walked Lane Harris. They've got now Chris Barnes up to the plate, so runner on first and third. Now Chris Barnes up to the plate with his 265 average, struck out 18 times. walked 10. Strike 1. Pop up for a foul. 0-2. Here's 1-2. Grounder for a foul. And Nash, of course, going into this game with a 3.99 ERA. Those stats are going to change after today. It's hit right past him. Missed catch by both fielders, and another run for the Pioneers to make it 3-0.
Little comeback right at the pitcher. That's always a scary moment right there, Spence. Especially when it's coming at your head and you're already low to the ground. You got to go ahead and get all the way to the ground. And it was just a bad hop from the second baseman right there, and shortstop almost had it, just slipped away from his bare hand.
The mound visit for the Salquis coach.
Now batting number 1, the third baseman, Maddox Von Dolan.
Maddox Von Dolan back up to the plate. 216 average, 369 slugging. As the Salquis had a quick visit from their head coach that cracked to left field, and they're going to send more runners in. The Pioneers score is just going up. Slide in third, 4-0 for Vol State.
They really got Will Nash's cage rattled right now. They're doing a great job, and now they're putting someone in the bullpen. They're going to go ahead and warm them up. And that was just a great base hit right there. And the hustle from the runner on first just to go ahead and get into third. It's just incredible. Full head slot right there, and got there in time. Saw that there was an open playing field that he can take advantage of.
And after that mound visit by Eric Schoenrock, there's another run put on the board for the Pioneers. There's a foul to right side. Couldn't make the catch. 0-2. So as Austin said earlier, they got somebody warming up in the bullpen. Looks like Will Nash will be relieved after 3 innings. Looks like they're going to pull in Nicholson Sparks. There's another base hit to right field. And couldn't make the catch. It's another base hit and safe on home plate. 5-0 Pioneers. So an error from the infielder, miscatch from the infielder, and another run for the Pioneers on this replay.
Yeah, that was just a bad error right there from the center fielder. Had the ball on his side. He probably should have let him go for the right fielder. He was under. He was waiting for it, and then the center fielder just caught him off. With only 2 outs, you need to make one more out because you already got down 4-0. Excuse me. In the first inning.
So now 5-0. The Pioneers is having a fantastic inning, but the Salquis trying to put it to an end. And another base hit to right field. Catch finally made. And that's the end of the 3rd inning. And it's, correction, six runs, 6-0 for the Pioneers. Now top of the 4th, the Salquis trying to get at least something after that 6-run inning for the Pioneers. Just looked completely dominant.
Yeah, really, they had a great bang streak going on. They have 5 hits within the 3 innings and 6 runs right now. So they're doing a great job putting the barrel to the ball and really making an effort out there, trying to put as many runs on the board as they can before Vol State does. Southwest does.
So now 0-2 for Porter. Gets it down the left side, but can't get on base.
Now batting number 5, the designated hitter, Darius Bowler.
So now Bomer, DH, back up to the plate. Faces 1-0. One.
It's a beautiful pitch right there. Put it perfectly on the lower corner and had that slow hook, got him off balance just a little bit.
He was out there with the umpires. Here at Mike was both out there with the umpires. He's the baseball commissioner for TCCAA.
I said he's trying to get him some work.
2-2. Swung and struck him out.
Next batting, number 25, the first baseman, Jackson Little.
Jackson Little on 218 average. He's been struck out 49 times, tied for the lead with Porter on the season. And hits it to center field, about right center. Caught, and no men on base this inning for the Salquis, heading to the bottom of the fourth. So to the bottom of the fourth, the Salquis still have Will Nash on the mound. They were warming somebody up in the bullpen, but
Leading off for the Pioneers, number 9, the shortstop, Cole Flat.
Cole Flat back up to bat. And a mound visit for the catcher.
Yeah, he's just trying to calm him down. He's still a little rattled from the last thing that he pitched. Pretty shocked that they actually kept him out there, but they do have a possibility of, if they do come back and win this game, that they might need him later on. So they're just going to try and use him as best as they can for right now. If he starts doing bad or any worse, then he's just going to have to come out. They're going to put someone else new in, and they're going to try and have someone else to finish off the job so they can possibly win it.
One and two count here in the bottom of the fourth. That's Flat trying to get some more points on the board. Outside for an even count. Full count for Cole Flat. Coming into this game, he's been walked and struck out 19 times. Just a grounder to first base, results in the first out.
Now batting number 22, the catcher, Zeke LeCount.
So count back up to the plate. Faces a 1-0. even count at 2-2. Now, of course, with the conference rules that apply through the tournament, if it is a 10-run lead for the Pioneers through 7 innings, the game concludes. If they get four more runs here, they just have to hold that score through inning 7. Grounder, second base. Slide couldn't get the catch, base hit.
Spencer, you gotta love what these 2-minute infielders are doing. Every time balls come to them, they're putting their bodies on the line, run to get that, at least keep the ball inside the infield as much as possible. Even though they haven't been coming up with their plays right now, that they've actually been working hard and trying to really get their plays out there and hopefully make a play to where they can get the out that they always been wanting to. Because right now they're trying hard, they're just not coming up with it. But you gotta give them the effort and benefit of the doubt that they're doing good.
Two 2-0 count for Jordan Jackson. He's only been walked 11 times in the regular season. It struck out 33 times. He hits it to right field. He's got the power on it, just couldn't keep it in field. Goes out of play for an even count. And they do have a pitcher warming up in the Southwest Tennessee bullpen. So likely they are already thinking of giving it Nash a relief. Two and two. Swinging. Safe on first. And now Lofton Cotton up to the plate.
Now batting number 2, the center fielder, Lachlan Cotton.
Two and oh. Swing to left field. Can't get the catch in time, but it does go foul.
Yeah. That's one of the weirdest places at Park. This is wild again. They're really wild this time.
It's up, pop up and around second base. Catch made. Inning over. Still 6-0 for the Pioneers. 2019 Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Baseball Tournament is sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, Lister Hill Credit Union, Hampton by Hilton, and Alpha Graphics.
Number 34, Cameron Wilkerson.
So Cameron Wilkerson at first base now. Wilkerson mostly an infielder. He's now at first.
Leading off for the Salquis, number 1, the center fielder, Jarrett Folks.
Folks up to bat. Corey Wilson still on the mound through 5 innings. He's been strong thus far for the Pioneers. 0-1 count. Grounder for a foul, 1-2. Folks at 224 in the season for his average. 321 on base. Stolen 10 bases throughout the season. And caught by the shortstop. Great move by Cole Flat to get the out.
Perfect line drive hit right towards the shortstop. Quick reaction right there. Great fielding range. Even though the short says that ball's coming at you faster, so you got to think quick on your feet. And he just came up with the great line drive play.
That's strike one for Kendall Franklin. He's been struck out 36 times going into the playoffs. Faces a 1-1 count. And gets hit with the ball, walking to first.
Now batting number 12, the catcher, Addison Carmack.
And stolen base. Now an 0-2 count for Carmack. 1-2. Hit to left field. It's got the height on it, but not enough distance. Second out of the inning.
Now batting number 4, the shortstop, Jared Kirkman.
Kirkman with a 308 average, 352 slugging, and with his on-base percentage of 379. Like we said earlier on, 17 stolen bases leads the team going into the playoffs.
Yeah, he's very quick on his feet. That's why they got him in probably one of the most better positions as a batter right now. They want him to be quick. They're going to want him to be unexpectedly quick, and that's probably what really kills other teams, is that you're not going to be noticing how other players are going to be when it comes down to a middle or lower part of the order. But they're going to use him every chance that they can get steal bases. And plus, he's also a good hitter, 308 average and 354 slugging percentage. He's going to be doing really good, even though he has no triples or no home runs. He really knows how to put the ball on, unbound the ball with 6 doubles, and that just lets you know that he can really beat out the throws.
2-0. So Wild one manages to get on third. It's now a chance for the Salquis to finally get their first run of the game with a runner on third. Depends on if Kirkman can get the base hit with 2 outs. Outside, and they'll walk him to first. Make that walk number 13 for Kirkman throughout the entirety of the season. The first walk of the playoffs. Cole Howard stepping up to the plate. The runner on first and third, and a quick mound visit. Spencer Thompson and Austin Ray proud to bring you the entirety of the baseball tournament for the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association here from Dave Hall Field in Columbia, Tennessee, at the site of Columbia State Community College. It's going to be a fantastic tournament all throughout. We're really excited to bring you every bit of the action here. And this game entirely, Austin, what we've seen so far, it's mostly, of course, the Pioneers. They're leading 6-0, but it's been a fantastic defensive spectacle, at least through the first 3 innings.
It really has. I mean, we've already seen a few diving plays already. We've been seeing hustle plays from both sides of offense and defense from both teams. Really, the smarts of what these players have got going on, they know that what's on the line, they got to really prevail on what they're doing. Vol State is really coming back with them right now, 6-0, and they can still add on to the lead, and they can possibly make this game a lot shorter. 4 more runs, they hold the runs till the 7th inning, and then they win it. But there's always a chance that Southwest can come back, and it could be an exciting game still. It's still too early to figure out what the possibilities are going to be.
If there's any chance for them to start making a comeback, it'd be now with runners on first and third. It's a 1-1 count for Howard. Again, this is the first of 2 wild card games. Winner goes on in this game to face off against the Walter State Senators tomorrow. Loser will head home and does not have anything left on the season. It's now a 2-1 count, and the Salquis are hoping that their season doesn't end today as they are down 6-0. Even at 2-2. And Corey Wilson, so far through almost 5 innings, has been stellar. And slide to second is safe.
There's where that speed comes from, right there, Spence. They got him unexpectedly. He almost got beat by that tag too. He somehow magically appeared on the second. I'm kind of shocked about it. I thought he was gonna be out.
Full count. And now the bases are loaded.
Now batting number 15, the third baseman, Chris Swanberg.
And now Swanberg up to bat with the bases loaded. 3 home runs on the season and a slugging percentage of .424 with the bases loaded. Hits it to right field. Foul. If it had just been a little bit to the left there, we would have seen our first grand slam of the playoffs. So now 0-1. Foul to the left for 0-2. He's obviously swinging for the fences.
Yeah, he wants to put his team on the board right now, and plus also a grand slam right here. That will put a lot of momentum for Southwest, and not to mention that it's going to give them. It's only going to put them down 2 runs if they do that. He's really swinging for the fences right now, and plus he is the here to do it. Right now he's going at it right now for only 27 strikeouts, 10 stolen bases, and the batting average is 298. He's had 3 home runs so far. He's trying to look for a 4th.
.60 strikeouts for Corey Wilson going into this game. Trying to get one here on the 1-2 count. He's been strong through 5 innings to shut out the Salquis. 1-2. Hit up to center field. Just left and caught. Inning over. That was a chance for Southwest Tennessee to get something on the board, but couldn't get it. Heading to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Pioneers leading 6-0 in this TCCAA wildcard game. And looks like they still have, looks like the Salquis still have Nash on the mound. Trusting him after 4 innings. Just keeping him in. Now 2-0 count. Lane Harris trying to get something going. 1-2. A grounder to first base, gets past him. Base hit. Just an unlucky bounce there. Unlucky bounce there for 25. Unlucky bounce there for Jackson Little, and runner on first. And now Cameron Wilkerson back up to the plate. 318 batting average. Or excuse me, 318 slugging average. And grounder to the shortstop, out on second, and double play. It's good fielding worth by the Salquis.
Now batting number 1, the third baseman, Maddox Von Dolan.
Now Von Dolan trying to get something out of the bottom of the 5th with that double play. 216 average. Fouls out. Oh, and 2. It's a hit to left center. Catch, and that'll end the 5th inning. Still 6-0 for Volunteer State. About 4 innings away from moving on.
Heath.
So Dalton Heath now on the mound for the Pioneers. giving relief to Corey Wilson after a shutout 5 innings. So Heath has an ERA of 6.91. Has made his appearance 16 times throughout the season. 18 strikeouts and 14 walks. And just a grounder back up and first out.
Now batting number 5,
So-
the designated hitter, Darius Homer.
So Darius Bomer back up to the plate, and as Austin noticed a little bit ago, looking towards the bench of the Salquis, they will be making a pitching change. It's looking like for the bottom of the 6th. Looks like they're going to relieve Nash after 5 innings. There's a 2-0 count here for Bomer. Three and one. A grounder caught by the second baseman and out.
Now batting number 25, the first baseman, Jackson Little.
Jackson Little facing 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Trying to get something going here for his team. It's 1-1. One and two.
Where did he go to high school? Where did he go to high school? Did he go to the beach or? Good pasture. Good pasture, okay. The name sounds familiar, that's the only reason I was asking.
Little facing a 1 and 2. I believe that's foul number 4 straight.
He's really competitive out there. He's not wanting them to. He's wanting them to score so bad right now. He's going to do whatever he can. And plus, he's new pitcher right here. He's going to want to rack up the pitch count as much as he wants, really.
Even at 2. If there's anything Southwest Tennessee needs right now, it's at least 1 run on the board to give a motivation. Now facing a full count with 2 outs. Outside, he'll be walked. So at least a runner on base for the Salquis. And now Folks comes up to the plate.
Now batting number 1, the center fielder, Jarrett Folks.
wild pitch and manages to get on second. He gets safe to second. They'll get him out. End of the 6th inning for Southwest Tennessee. Pioneers go back up to bat. Bottom of the 6th, the Salquis elect to still keep Nash in. They've warmed up the relief pitcher twice.
The second baseman, Judd.
Waiting to see if they're going to bring him in or not. Now, Pioneers have Sparks up to the plate with a 1-0 count. And he's got a big hit to left center. Caught easily by the left fielder.
Now batting number 15, the designated hitter, Will Dunlap.
Strike one for Dunlap. One and two. Hits it to right field. Another catch for the second out.
Now batting number 9, the shortstop, Cole Flatt.
Flat hits it. Grounder caught second. And quick inning for Pioneers heading to the 7th. Top of the 7th, Spencer Thompson and Austin Ray bringing you this TCCAA baseball tournament wildcard game, 1 of 2. Second game we've got today is Jackson State and Rowan State, the Green Jays and the Raiders, both doing a play-in game. Winner of that will go on to face the Motlow State Bucks tomorrow. We'll be bringing that to you as well as the rest of the tournament this week. Going to be a good amount of baseball for us to see. We've already got a decent defensive game here for us. A 2-1 count for Jarrett Folks. Two and two. Excuse me, 3-2, full count. And struck him out. Strikeout number 19 on the season for Dalton Heath.
Now batting number 17, the right fielder, Kendall Franklin.
Hit to center field. 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting number 12, the catcher, Addison Carmack.
Carmack facing 2 outs on a 1-0 count. Way outside for 2-1. Hit to right field. Can't make the catch. He's safe on first. Carmack for the base hit.
Now batting number 4, the shortstop, Jared Kirkman.
So now Kirkman might try to get something going here. 2 outs with 1 runner on first in the top of the 7th. Tags first. Safe on first. Powerful, but not in play. 0-1. Hits it to right field. Base hit. So now they got runners on first and second. Salquis trying to get something on the board here. Top of the seventh, of course, one of the great times to do it, and Cole Howard stepping up to the plate. Managed to get 18 hits going into this game, only one home run, 236 slugging average. Faces 2 outs here with his teammates on first and second. Swing and a miss.
He wanted all of that one, Spencer.
And you could feel the wind coming back from that up here. Oh, and 2. Even count at 2 and 2. Salquis trying to get something going, trying to get some runs on the board. Top of the 7th. Full count. Hit to the outfield, bounce around, and the first run of the game for the Salquis. Runner on first and third, and make that 6-1 now. Southwest Tennessee finally gets something up.
Now batting number 15, the third baseman, Chris Swanberg.
That might just be the motivation that Southwest Tennessee needs to potentially get back in this one.
Yeah, it is, and definitely it couldn't come any earlier, right? Any later, right then. 7th inning right now, and they finally got their first, and a hit by pitch. They finally got their first run on the board. It's 2 outs right now, but they could do a lot with that 2 outs as of right now. So, really, they're just going to have to keep up the momentum that they're going.
Now a hit by pitch, quick mound visit, and we have a fully loaded bases right now. And they're going to do a pitching change, so we'll step aside. So now with the pitching change, they've got Preston Burnett up on the plate. Put your headset on and say that there, Austin. 21 appearances, 5.47 ERA. Got 29 strikeouts and 16 walks, making his first appearance of the postseason. So now on to the third pitcher for the game. Of course, the Pioneers, I believe they're in more of the mentality of. Actually, that's a good question. That's a good question for you, Austin. You know, you've gone to your third pitcher at this point. Because you're up 6-1, is the mentality right now just get your top two guys for pitching, give them rest, and looking forward to the Senators game?
Really, at this point, the mentality is basically that right now. But also, you still want to finish off strong. You want to get these players to have the respect, not the respect, but the confidence of going out there and being able to pitch in situations like this. Even though they're up, it's still tournaments and it's still nerve-wracking at some points. So it's always good to get that experience while you got the chance. If you're up or if you're down, you really just want to go ahead and get the feel of what you're going to be putting into, especially when you can go to the next round. But at the same time, anything can happen. It's 7th inning right here, and so they got a lot of momentum that they can ride on right here.
And that's a wild pitch. Tags back to third. Porter has not gotten a home run on the season. He's gotten 2 triples, 18 RBIs. He has a .310 slugging average, but he's been struck out 49 times, facing a 1-0 count with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. We haven't seen a home run yet this postseason, of course, with this being the first game. Porter fouls to 1-1, even count. Now that we got Darius Bomer on deck. Swing and bouncing. Shortstop, they get the out. No more points for the Salquis, but they managed to get on the board 6-1 going into the 7th inning stretch. So bottom of the 7th inning, after 6 innings, Nash will be relieved. It's Shannon Duke stepping up to the plate. 6.34 ERA, 61 strikeouts, and 35 walks. So Zeke LeCount up to bat, the bottom of the 7th. 6-1 score. The Pioneers just 3 innings away. 3 innings away, 9 outs away from punching their ticket to face the Senators tomorrow. It's a hit to center field, goes up. Right center caught, out.
Now batting number 16, the right fielder, Jordan Jackson.
Jackson back up to the plate. Jackson, the second best slugging average on the team, short of Lane Harris, 450. 1-1. Three and one count. Grounder fouls. Full count.
Oh, call it
Still.
foul.
Yeah, that call was foul there. Looked like it was almost unfair. Still 3-2. Yeah, Jackson swinging for at least a line drive here. Got some power behind it. Bases one out. And a walk. Now Cotton steps up. Just a quick mound visit by the catcher.
Now batting number 2, the center fielder, Lofton Cotton.
Strike one. Hit to right center field. It's a nice base hit. Now Lane Harris steps back up, a runner on first and second here. The Pioneers in position to get more runs on the board.
Now batting number 17, the left fielder, Lane Harris.
Best slugging percentage of the Pioneers. Out of, I believe, his 71st appearance total, second of the postseason. Going into this game, he's got a .522 slugging average. Bases an 0-1 count. Foul for 0-2. Grounder past. Catch at second. Is it ruled? It's actually ruled. I believe they called it a block there.
It's called a balk.
Pitcher did something illegal.
So the umpire just having a discussion there. Rules it a balk, and count still 0-2. Grounder again, 0-2. Grounder just passed. Gets on base and make that 2 more runs for the Pioneers, 8-1.
Now batting number 34, the first baseman, Connor Hobbs.
Strike one. Wilkerson with a 182 average coming into this game, swing and a miss for 0-2. And that's a strikeout.
Now batting number 1, the third baseman, Maddox Von Dolan.
Hit goes right to the shortstop, and that'll end the inning. 2 more runs for the Pioneers, 8-1. They are 6 outs away from advancing to face the Senators.
For the Pioneers,
The 2019 Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Baseball Tournament is sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, Lister Hill Credit Union, Hampton by Hilton, and Alpha Graphics.
Number 5, the designated hitter, Paris Homer.
Bomer back up to the plate. Only 2 more innings for the Salquis to try and make it back, pending if the Pioneers get 3 more runs. Strike 1. Hit to left center field. It's caught. First out.
Now batting number 25, the first baseman, Jackson Little.
Jackson Little with a 218 average. Facing 1 out here and hits it out, pop fly. Side and caught. Second out.
Now batting number 1, the center fielder, Jared Oakes.
So 2 outs already. 1-0 count for Folks. Make that 2-1. Three and one. Three and two, full count. And that will walk Folks to first.
Now batting number 17, the right fielder, Junel Franklin.
Franklin with a 271 average has been struck out 36 times going into the playoffs, 17 walks. He has 2 home runs and 18 RBIs. Swing and a miss. Walk number 18 might be coming up here on the 3-1 count. And there it is. Now runner on first and second for Southwest Tennessee. Have a quick visit to the mound. Pitching change for the Pioneers. Will Duffy steps up to the plate as 13 appearances, a 2.65 ERA, 16 strikeouts, and 10 walks. Stepping up with one more out to get in the 8th. Pioneers at the score holds are either 4 outs away or 3 runs away from ending this game. And Addison Carmack back up to the plate. He's got a on-base percentage of .306. Faces the 1-1. Grounder, third baseline. Thrown to first, and that's the end of the inning for Southwest Tennessee. Heading to the bottom of the 8th. Pioneers up to bat.
The second baseman,
Judd Sparks up to bat. Shannon Duke still on the mound. What we'll likely see is the last at bat this game for Pioneers. Make that 2-0. Swing and a miss. Sparks leads the Pioneers going into the playoffs with being struck out 41 times. Of course, does lead the team with 4 home runs from that. And sent to deep center. Caught for the first out.
now batting number 15, the designated hitter, Will Dunlap.
Now Dunlap, 232 average. Foul for the 1-1. So, of course, if the score holds, or if the Pioneers increase their lead, they will be facing off against the Walter State Senators tomorrow. That game goes right to the shortstop, second out. That game is set to occur tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll have that game for you here on this YouTube channel for the 2019 baseball tournament. Of course, have all the games streamed on air. Myself, Spencer Thompson, and Austin Ray will be giving you every bit of the action here from Columbia, Tennessee. Early day tomorrow, as the first game is at 10 o'clock. The Chattanooga State Tigers face off against the Columbia State Chargers. The 1-0 count being faced by Cole Flat. And of course, if the Pioneers move on, which is likely going to be the case, Austin, what's the largest thing you're looking forward to seeing with the Pioneers as they progress through the tournament?
Really, for the Pioneers, it's just going to be better hitting, better approaches at the bat. Pitching wise, that they're going to have to outperform the other teams, especially Walter State. They're really going to have to bring up their momentum a lot quicker and keep up with the momentum. They had a good moment in the third inning, which led them out to a six-run lead, and then from then it's been all zeros until the last inning, which they had 2 runs. But the key thing for them is to really have that momentum build up and to keep going with that momentum.
Especially with them earning their right to advance on to the actual first round of the tournament. This, of course, being a wild card. Potentially use that momentum, and of course the Pioneers were on a 1-loss streak where they won against Chattanooga State 13-11, and then lost to them 24-9 in their doubleheader. And the way the bracket works out, the Pioneers could face off in the second round against Chattanooga State in a rematch of their final regular season bouts. Of course, they have to get through the Walter State Senators first. It's like the 0-2. The 0-2 here for LeCompte. Hits it deep, bounce to center field, and can't get the catch there. Pioneers get another run, 9-1. Just a good hit there for Lecomte.
Now
And
batting number 16, the right fielder, Jordan Jackson.
now Jackson back up to the plate. Again, through eight innings, still have not seen a home run in the playoffs yet. We may get it in our next game here in the wild card, or may have to wait until tomorrow for the first round to get one of those. 1-0. One and one. Make that a 2-1 count. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Now, of course, per conference rules, if by chance they do get a home run on this, the game would be over by 10 runs, but even count at 2-2. That's a grounder right to the shortstop, toss to first, and that will likely be the last time we see the Pioneers batting unless the Salquis can pull off a miracle in the 9th. The 2019 Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Baseball Tournament is sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, Lister Hill Credit Union, Hampton by Hilton, and Alpha Graphics.
Number 4, the shortstop, Jared Kirkman.
With only 3 outs left potentially on the Salquis season, a season can end here, or season can end here for Southwest Tennessee, and the run can begin for the Pioneers. Oh, 2 count. Again, Duffy with a 2.65 ERA coming into the playoffs. Comes really in handy here for the Pioneers as a hit to right field. Bounces, that's a base hit. So at least a good start by Kirkman.
The second baseman, Cole Howard.
Now Cole Howard steps up. Hit to right field, just goes over the third baseman. Safe on first and second for a base hit.
Now batting number 15, the third baseman.
Now Swansburg up to the plate. 424 slugging average, a 298 average. Struck out earlier and got hit by the pitch. Full bases. That's the second time in a row that been hit by the pitch. And as I mentioned earlier, Porter has not had a home run on the season. He got a 310 slugging average, 344 on base. And he's been struck out 49 times. Tied for the lead with Jackson Little coming into the postseason. Of course, a quick visit by Pioneers coach to the mound.
Now batting number 2, the left fielder, Jerome Herbert.
Porter, big hit to right field. It's caught. Tag first and second. There's a run batted in. Another point on the board for the Salquis. Cost him an out, but got another point on the board.
Now batting number 5, the designated hitter, Darius Bowler.
Darius Bomer stepping up to the plate now. One and one. Runner on first and second for 1 and 1, 2 outs. The Salquis season on the line. A grounder caught by the third baseman. Catch and can't get the double play, but it's the second out. And another run scored. Make that 9-3.
Now batting number 25, the first baseman, Jackson Little.
And Jackson Little up to the plate, 2 outs. Salquis season comes down to this, 0-1. Here's 1 and 1. Only one man on base. Three and one. Three and two, full count. The Salquis' playoff hopes on the line here, down by 6. And a walk there. Runners now on first and second as Folks comes up to bat.
Now batting number 1, the center fielder, Jarrett Folks.
Oh, 1. Folks has been struck out 40 times coming into the postseason. The .321 on base percentage. Runners on first and second. Strike 2. With this 0-2 pitch, grounder into the outfield, bases loaded. So now bases loaded with Kendall Franklin coming up to bat. .355 slugging. The Salquis are not going down without a fight, that's for sure.
No, they're not, and they're bringing up one of their smaller hitters, but he is well known for his base hits. He's good in close situations, and that's what they brought him in here for. They're going to want to at least put at least 2 runs on the board so they can at least still say that they're in it.
The Pioneers scored 6 runs in the 3rd inning, and the Salquis did not get even a run on the board until the top of the 7th. Now down by 6. Hit to right field. It's a base hit and another run in. They're going to send another one home. Safe on first and third. 2 more runs. The Salquis are only down by 4. So now runners back on first and third. Now Carmack up to bat.
Now number 30 will come in. Or did he sit down? I thought he was still loosening up down there. Guess not.
2-1. Huge hit to right field. And the Pioneers are moving on to face off against the Senators.
That concludes the game.
9-5 the final score. The Salquis, their season ends here.
The Salquis tie run on hit.
And that'll end it. The Pioneers move on to face the Senators tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
For their attendance.
And we'll, of course, have that game here on this same YouTube channel. Coming up in just a little bit, Jackson State and Rowan State will be facing off in the second wild card. Don't go away. We'll be right back.